So I'm gonna give you guys a secret. I'm gonna tell you guys how to open a shop. Let me get just this camera. I'm gonna show you guys how to open a shop pretty much for free. All right, so check this out. Listen clearly. If you want to open a barber shop, I can tell you how to do it, where in the end, it costs you zero. All right, so you see I have my shop. We've been open a month. And in this 30 days that I've been open, I pretty much recouped all the money I put in. Okay, all of it. I still got another month before my rent's due. So pretty much all the money I put in, I got it back without having to pay nothing. Just listen. Trust me. First thing you want to do is you want to make a plan. All right? Make a plan of what you want to do. The plan I think you should do, number one, you have to have a full-time job. All right? Unless you're rich, you have to have a full-time job. Work to pay your bills. The same way you've been living your life, live it that way. Pay your bills. Then what you're going to do is, you're obviously a barber because you want to open a shop. And if you're going to open a shop, you must have been a barber for a pretty long time. Because no one just kind of goes to school and opens a shop. It don't work that way. You won't be successful because the quality and the experience really isn't there. But some people are savants. They're good at stuff. But whatever. The quality and time won't be there in experience. You want to save at least $8,000 to $10,000 in 2 years. And this, it sounds like a lot, but trust me, this is easy to do. Easy to do. All right? You need to be strict. Remember that. You got to be strict. With these plans I'm giving you, you have to be strict. If you're not strict, this is not going to work for you. Trust me, this is all going to work. All right. Number 2 right here. Cut hair in your house or cut mobile. Now, if you're going to open a shop, you've been cutting hair for a while. You're making that money. Now, if you have a full-time job, then your hair cutting money is just your spending money. You buy whatever you want to buy, your fancy stuff. This is where you have to be strict with that money now. You want to open a shop now, remember, be strict. You want to cut hair from your house or cut mobile, okay? All the money you make for 1 to 2 years cutting hair. Now remember, you have a full-time job. That's what's paying your bills. That's what's paying your insurance. Just keep doing that. Be strict. Cut hair in your house or mobile. Put all the money in the envelope out of reach. What I did was for 2 years or a year for me. It just depends how much I was doing. It could be a year or 2 years. Every single cut you do, even your tips, take that money and put that money in an envelope. I hid mine in the safe so I can never touch it. All right? Cut hair in your house. Put all your money away out of reach. Be strict. I can't emphasize be strict. People get cash in their pocket and they want to spend it. You know, a lot of people, oh man, I just cut some hair. I got cash in my pocket. This money right here, this is just from this week cutting hair. I haven't even spent it. I'm being strict. I did not spend it yet. All right? And it's Friday now. I mean, a lot of my stuff was credit card, but a lot of it was cash. All right. At about the 1 year mark, start your marketing. Facebook and Instagram. Now, you probably got your Facebook and Instagram stuff going already. I would say start marketing right off the rip. But at the 1 year mark, after you start saving your money, start letting people know you're going to open a shop. Get the word out. Get all your customers know when you're going to get a shop. Okay? Start looking for a place to rent. Nothing more than $800 per month. Listen to me. You're starting off by yourself. Me, the camera's facing around, but this is my shop. I got 4 chairs in here and I'm the only barber. Since my rent is cheap, if I don't hire no more barbers, I can afford to pay this on my own. Okay? Now the goal would be to get more barbers, so that would pay the rent. Nothing above $800 a month. I'm telling you. Don't kill yourself. Do not kill yourself. Don't try to get this big place. If you can get something cheaper, $800 is the max. You should spend a month to rent a barbershop. That's the max. I don't care where you are. That's the max. Depending on where you are, depending on how big a place you're going to get. My place here is only 550 square feet. That's where you got to be at with your rent. Be strict. don't get rent higher than $800. There you go. Next, you start looking for a place to rent. Okay? When you do find a place, now when you find your place, do like I did. I went on Google, I typed in barbershop. I found an area that had no barbershops. When I found that area, I targeted on that area. When I targeted on that area, that is the area I chose to use to put my barbershop. Okay? When you do that, when you find a shop, you find a place, you have to have, because this destroys barbershops. So you get into a place and they give it to you for $800 a month. Well, the economy changes, something happens. Next year, they see you have a lot of money coming in, they're going to be like, oh, he's making big money. We're going to raise his rent to $1,200. So now you're at $1,200. So listen to me, to avoid that, have a contract. In your contract, make sure it says no more than a 1 to 3% increase at my 2-year renewal. Do a 2 to 5 year lease. So that means in 2 years, if you have $800 per month rent, and in 2 years they want to raise it 3%, okay, that'll be $30, roughly $30, I believe. 3%, 8, 6, $24. They're going to raise your rent. That's all they can raise it because your contract. I cannot stress how important a contract is. I seen a big shop that I bought my water bowl from. Big shop. And I said, why are you guys closing? They raised our rent to $2,500. What was your rent? $9. They didn't have a contract. Okay? No more than 1 to 3% increase at your renewal. Trust me, I don't care if it's your friend, it's a homeboy you're renting from, contract. At the end of the day, when you go to court, the judge don't want to hear, oh, this is my boy. Judge wants to see contract. He won't hear you. Next, this is the key to the person you're renting from paying for your barbershop. Trust me, check this out. In your contract, you do a 2 to 3 month build out time. You tell them, hey, I need to build this place out. I have to paint it. I got to put trim. I got to do stuff. So in your contract, you have your 1 to 3% increase at a 2-year renewal, 2 to 3 month build out. So say you get the minimum 2-month build out, okay? So here's the thing. You have to place a deposit, okay, when you get the place. So they're going to want first month, last month, and security. So first month is $800, last month is $800, security is $800, okay? So you're at $2,400 down. Now you should have the $2,400 because for right here, you started cutting hair, you put your money away for 1 to 2 years, so you should have this $2,400. Easy, if you were strict. If you weren't strict, you bought a pair of Jordans for $400, you did this, you weren't strict, you don't have this. Turn the video off. Go back. Be strict. So now you got your $2,400. Awesome. Now think about it. Say you get this shop on January. You give her your security deposit. Remember, you paid your first, last, and security. Okay? Plus you get your 2 months build out. So you get January. Well, you paid your $2,400. You don't have to pay rent for January, February, because that is your 2-month build out. Then you paid your first month's rent because you had to pay first and last. So you don't have to pay rent until January, February, March. You don't have to pay rent till March. Actually, January 1st, February 1st, March 1st, April 1st. You have 2 months of build out and your first month you paid. Now you have 3 months to build your place out. Rent free. All right. 3 months. How much is your rent? $800. So if you had 3 months free to build your place out, okay, you're not paying rent for 3 months. That means you got $2,400 of that person's money to fix his place up. So now that $2,400 becomes your budget for your build out. $2,400 can paint your place, get a chair and a station, and make the place good enough. Okay? So now you spent $2,400. to build your place out. So now you're into it about, I'd say, you gave her the $2,400, okay? You put $2,400 in because she paid for 3 months free rent because you already paid for that. So now you're about $4,500 into it, okay? $4,500 you're into it, roughly. Could be $8,000, depends how much you want to spend. But say you're $4,800 into it now. Remember, $2,400 security and rent, and $2,400 you're putting in. But you got to think the $2,400 that you put in, she is paying for because you're not paying rent. You're getting the 2-month free build out. So if you want to go to 2 months, say $1,600. $1,600 the person's giving you, saying, listen, you got 2 months free to build it out. They're paying for your build out. Listen to me. They're paying for your build out. So you back it up, make a $1,600 budget. Okay? Let me grab a pen. From your 2 to 3 month build out, that's 2 months of rent that you're not paying. If you're at $800 per month, that's $1,600 you're not paying. You're not paying rent for 2 months. So the money you're not paying in rent, put that money into build out. Sorry, phone rang. Put that money into build out, okay? That's built out. So now you got your $2,400 down. First and last and security deposit. Remember, your security deposit you get back. Okay? And then if you ever decide to leave, you paid your last month. So that's money in the future that's yours. So $1,600 of that, $2,400 is still yours when you leave, if you decide to leave. That's your security deposit and your last month. Your last month will be free and you get $800 back. So $1,600, build your place out. You can buy a chair for $300. You could buy a station for $100, a mirror, and you got $1,000 to paint. Easy. If you want to go bigger, you can go bigger. If you want to go bigger, that's when the next step you have to be under control. You start building out your shop, 2 month build out, $1,600 to put into the shop, paint, etc. Keep cutting at home and putting money away. As soon as the build out's done, now here is how you make this person who's renting to you pay for it. Try to do your build out in one weekend. Trust me. Come in that weekend, paint, get all your chairs in. And another thing too is before you decide to open your shop, I didn't put it in here, start buying your stuff, okay? A year before you want to open your shop, buy your chair, put it away. Buy your station, put it away. Buy your little paintings, your ring lights, put it away. Do all that stuff before you even decide to do anything. That'd be in your plan, okay? So when I opened my shop, I already had all my stuff sitting in the garage because I bought it over a year. I bought stations, I had the chairs ready, I had all the pictures, I had ring lights, I had everything. So when you open up, you're opening debt-free, okay? Trust me, it's important, all right? So now you go into you do your build out, keep cutting in your hair. As soon as the build out's done, start cutting hair in the shop. Mind you, you don't have to pay rent for 3 months because you got a 2 month free build out and you got a month that you paid up front. In that month, if you marketed yourself right, if you've been cutting a lot of hair, you should have a ton of customers. Okay? Remember, the place is free. You might have to pay a light bill. Light bill's like $60. Water bill's nothing. So you don't use no water. All right? Cut hair, cut hair, cut hair. Still put the money away. If you do that in 3 months, there's no way you cannot make back that $1,600 in 3 months. It's impossible. So now, I think in 3 months you can make back your $2,400. Okay? You need to make back what you put in, the $2,400 you put down. You could make that money back in 3 months, $2,400. Dude, do the math. $25 a cut, you're making say you're making $100 a day. $100 a day in 1 month, that's $3,000, okay? 1 month. Now, everything else you make after that goes in the bank. Now, guess what? By the time you're done with your 3 months, okay? By the time you're done with that 3 months, you should have all the money you invested back in your bank before you even rent is due. So now you put your money up front, you got the money back because you're working in a place that you're not paying rent for because she gave you a 2-month free build out. You made the money back. You now open the barber shop for free. If you were strict with your money, your barber money, and if you had a full-time job to pay your regular bills. That's the key. For my plan, you have to have a full-time job. You have to be strict. If you don't have those two things, this plan is not going to work for you unless you're rich and your mama gives you money, okay? I'll be straight up honest. I'm a straight up dude. All right? By the time you pay your first month's rent, you should have all the money back from your 2-month build out. Simple. All right? Back to square one. All the money back, paid for by the landowner. Free shop. Break it down again real fast. Make a plan. Have a full-time job. In that time, cut hair in your house. Save at least 8 to 10K. Honestly, I did that. But you can save at least 3K, okay? You can save 3K, all right? You can save 3K. Cutting hair, it's easy. You're charging $20 a cut, $25 a cut. I mean, you got to think, that's $1,000. You're doing $100 a day. That's $3,000 in a month. If you're doing that for a year, you could save $10,000 easy. Trust me, follow the plan. Follow my system. Cut hair in your house or mobile. Put all the money away out of reach. Be strict. I can't explain that more. You got to be strict with that money. Put it in an envelope far away where you can't grab it. Don't put it in your bank where you can go with your debit card. Put it far away where you got to say, oh, I want these Jordans or I want this computer, but damn, I got the money at home. You didn't spend it. Be strict. Cut hair in your house. Put the money out of reach. At about the 1-year mark, Facebook, Instagram marketing. Get people knowing you're opening a shop. Start looking for a place to rent. No more than $800 a month. If you can get it cheaper, even better. And all these numbers go down. Even easier. Contract. Remember your contract. Very important. No more than 1 to 3% increase and a 2-year renewal on your contract. Make sure it's in your contract. 2 or 3 month build out. If you get 3 months, even better. Even better. 2 months, what they're probably going to give you. In that time, you should make that. You have your $800 rent. You got to pay your first last security. That's $2,400. But you save that because you were strict, because you had a full-time job, because you were cutting hair in your house or mobile, and you kept your money out of reach from cutting hair. All this money should come from cutting hair, not your full-time job. Your full-time job should pay your bills and everything you were doing before that, your car insurance and all your stuff, and your house mortgage, whatever. Then you start building out once you get the contract signed out, okay? So if they gave you a 2-month build out, she gave you $1,600 free, $800 a month. She's like, here, 2 months are free. Take her money and put it into the place, okay? Make $1,600 your budget. That's your budget, $1,600. I ain't spending no more $1,600 in here because you would have had to give her that anyway if you moved right in. $1,600, build your place out. You want to do more, you do more. These numbers can go up based on how much money you spend. You start with how much money you start with, and you see how much rent you could afford, you see how much you put down, and you see how much you're going to have in your 2 months. Okay? Then you keep cutting from home, putting your money away. As soon as the build-out's done, start cutting in the shop. I'm talking about the second it's done, bzz, 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 paint's still drying. Cut hair. Every single head you cut in that hair is 100% profit because you're not paying rent. You're not paying nothing because you got your 2 to 3 month build-out time. So if you get the 2 months, 2 months free rent. It's just free. Cut. Put the money away. Don't spend it. You ain't got nothing to pay here. Your light bill, $60 probably your light bill is. All right? Then that 2 months free should recap the whole investment. That 2 months free should bring you back your whole investment. The lady who rents the place just paid for your barbershop. Free. Now, in that 2 months of no rent, cut, stack money. I guarantee in that 2 months, you're going to put back your $2,400 that you put down. You're probably going to put back your $1,600. Then you're going to have a full shop, and you're going to have the money you saved up, the money you put down in your bank. And you're going to sit there and go, damn, my chair's paid off. Everything's paid off. I put the money back in the bank, and my rent ain't due next month. That is the key to have a free barbershop, my friends. Follow my plan, and you will have a free barbershop. Be strict. Hope this video helped you. Any questions? Shoot me a message. I'm telling you right now, that's what I do with my shop. My shop, to give you numbers, I invested $8,000 in my shop. Okay? I made back that $8,000 in 1 month. 1 month. Okay? And I still got a month and a half, so I got to pay rent. So basically, I invested the money because I was strict, saved up. I've been cutting here and here, not paying rent because I had my build out. I'm still on my build out time right now. Money's back in the bank. So I opened this barbershop absolutely free if you follow my plan. I hope this video helped you guys out. Once again, Beagler Outdoors. Actually, no. Wrong channel, my friend. Anyway, my other channel is Beagler Outdoors. It's a hunting channel, whatever. Backwoods Barber. Sorry, man, I mixed up my YouTube channels. You can check out that channel if you want. It's called Beagler Outdoors. It's my hunting and fishing channel. But stay tuned here for more barbering videos and more stuff. I try to put videos up a lot. The problem is my barbershop is slammed all the time. It's hard to make videos. But I hope this plan helped you right here. Stay tuned. Keep cutting. Out.